Poverty is not a trait of character. It is created anew in each generation, but not by heredity, by circumstances. Today, millions of American families are caught in circumstances beyond their control. Their children will be compelled to live lives of poverty unless the cycle is broken. President Johnson's war on poverty has this one goal: to provide everyone a chance to grow and make his own way, a chance at education, a chance at training, a chance at a fruitful life. For the first time in the history of America, this can be done. Vote for President Johnson on November 3rd. The stakes are too high for you to stay home.
Well, when I was born and raised here in Winston-Salem, and I was, in a way, doing what I was doing in the Peace Corps, I was helping poor people in Peace Corps, and I was doing that here. And it was a need, and it's something I was interested in. And so often when you do stuff like that, people think you're a radical left-winger. I remember one time going out, right when we began, going out to Sears, we had a charge card to get some office supplies, and the lady looked at the card and said, "Experiment Self-Reliance." I said, "What's that?" I said, "That's the poverty program here." She said, "We don't have poor people in Winston-Salem."
Historically, it was a time of what you might call social revolution, political revolution. We had the civil rights movement just prior to all this going on. President Lyndon Johnson introduced several acts that enabled ESR and other community-based programs to begin and to flourish.
He also led, from a national standpoint, the anti-poverty program, which was started by the federal government.
This administration today, here and now, declares unconditional war on poverty in America. For the war against poverty will not be won here in Washington. It must be won in the field, in every private home, in every public office, from the courthouse to the White House. The program I shall propose will emphasize this cooperative approach.
You know it's cold down here. I'm half fed down here on old Parchment's farm. Baby, please don't go.
My affiliation with BSR goes way back. Very, very positive memories. I got connected with BSR through my husband, Logan Burke. Logan Burke became the president when Mrs. Louise Wilson was the executive director. And being the president, he spoke to different groups, and we agreed to become one of the volunteers for ESR.
I am the daughter of one of the originals, Louise G. Wilson. I remember it started out as a very small operation in a house on Highland Street, right about the time I was going to college, 1965. And so it's, as far as facilities, it's certainly come a long way, but she was very instrumental in getting most of the programs up and going. They've had programs with employment, education, tutoring programs, and education is really a powerful thing. You need to be educated to really get a good job.
The name just speaks loads the vision of experiment in self-reliance. Think about those words. I mean, that was really the intrigue for me. We had just acquired quite a number of rights and privileges, and so it was time to, just can't get a right. You got to do something with it. We work with low-income families from the Civil Rights Movement through until the homeless population. We had some systems that did not, in fact, help people. There was wiggle room within those existing systems to find ways to change them so that they would, in fact, help people. Everyone had a part, whether it was the people living in the area, whether it was the politicians running the city, whether it was lawyers, or whether it was, whatever the issue was. So she used everybody, she believed in getting a round table together of ministers and the politicians and the community and, get everybody together and sit down at a table and talk it out, and see what needs to be done. What's everybody saying, and what can everybody do? We didn't use the word innovation the way it is now, but that's exactly what was happening. There was just a need to provide services on a very grassroots level so that people would feel that these services were available to them, and there was a need to open the doors for them so that they would be welcomed in to access and receive those services from the agencies that existed, and where the agencies that existed could not provide those services, we set up services at ESR to provide them. It was pretty much as simple as that, but it wasn't that simple.
Well, I started here at ESR in 1999. So the programs have evolved. So what that means is we encourage people to really plot out a plan so they can be successful long term.
I had 2 young boys. I wanted them to have a home with a yard. We were living on a busy street, and I wanted something for us that was ours. So that's what got me over here. That was my motivation.
At one point, we were really focused on just that individual, but we now recognize that when we're able to really work with that individual, it empowers the entire family.
I think when I came in, they talked about I heard about the down payment, the assistance that they were giving me. So that's where my mind was, okay, I can get help. But shortly after I got in the program, all that surpassed, because the knowledge that I got from the financial literacy class was just beyond, and still today I use that. So I got so much more than I ever expected out of it.
So we're really excited about the services that we have that hopefully strengthens the network of the family so that they can be self-reliant long term.
ESR has a powerful legacy in Winston-Salem because it has helped so many people, and because it has changed with the needs of the people over the years.
We have a great history and a reputation for going the extra mile, going the distance to help needy, disadvantaged people to become self-sufficient, and I think to help improve their lives for the future.
Of all the community action agencies that were founded back in the Johnson era of the Great Society, a lot of them have not survived. And I think part of that is that they haven't changed, and ESR has.
We were supposed to be an engine of innovation. We were supposed to get things done that would continue on.
One of the first Meals on Wheels type things was actually done with ESR, a very different thing than it is right now, and Senior Services does a phenomenal job with it. But ESR really sort of began with something like that and then spun it off, and they've done that with some other things. So they've been willing to let go of things they were doing and let other people take those up.
ESR continues to recognize the needs of the community and to address the needs of the community.
ESR has a powerful legacy in the Winston-Salem community because of the staff and the board of directors. We have a staff that is so committed. They will go the extra mile to make sure that a person is served. And believe it or not, if we can't serve a person here at ESR, we try to link them to the necessary resources that they can get locally with another agency here in our community. And that is the legacy. We're here to serve.